Megan Thee Stallion wore a dark green gown with only matching green pasties to cover up her breasts. And so this is where I have to put my Aunty Sherri wig on. And I say this with all of the love that I have. Ladies, this is not it.
That we need to bring back class, decorum, pride, okay? And shame, shame, shame. Pasties. Megan Thee Stallion wore pasties to the Oscars.
Baby, it looks like Aunty Sherri is still catching heat for calling out Megan Thee Stallion and other female celebrities for wearing outfits that leave nothing to the imagination on the Oscars red carpet. Sherri went viral after she pointed out outfits celebrities like Megan and Julia Fox wore, calling them ratchet and unclassy. In her words, it's just not it. Now, at first, there were people supporting her and saying women need to cover up, and what about the kids? And oh no, society is going to fail because Megan had her chest out. But then people started checking Sherri for making those comments, calling her a patriarchy princess and telling her to stop policing women's bodies. It looks like her comments really hit a nerve because the way people are coming for her. She just might be on her way to getting cancelled. So it all started when Sherri Shepherd addressed some of the Oscars red carpet looks on her talk show. She had a lot of strong opinions about what celebrities like Megan and Zoe Kravitz wore, saying it's like nobody wants to leave anything to the imagination anymore. She said Julia Fox's dress barely covered her cookie jar, and Zoe Kravitz graced us with her butt crack. But she had the most smoke for Megan because, according to her, Megan is a young black woman to whom many young black girls look up.
So y'all, the Vanity Fair Oscars after party seemed to have an unwritten theme. It was just a lot of okay? When I tell you the ladies bared it all on the red carpet, it was just almost too much to show on daytime TV. It was really bad. Like Julia Fox wore a completely sheer dress that barely covered her cookie jar. Okay, and I'm telling you, now we blurred it out. This was fully, you could see everything. Zoe Kravitz graced us with her crack. You could see everything. Megan Thee Stallion wore a dark green gown with only matching green pasties to cover up her breasts.
For those who don't remember, Megan wore this green dress with the petals and the green pasties covering her nips. People have different opinions about it, as they always do when a celebrity wears literally anything. But Aunty Sherri seemed to think Megan's outfit was going to corrupt a whole generation of young black girls. According to her, Megan, a rapper who makes content for adults, somehow owes it to the young black girls to dress modestly so the girls don't get corrupted. Sherri claimed that whether Megan liked it or not, she was a role model to these kids, which is true if we're keeping it a buck.
I have to put my Aunty Sherri wig on. And I say this with all of the love that I have. Ladies, this is not it. And I say this because there are young women, young girls who are looking up to all of you. All of you. And like, you're gonna have these young girls, these young ladies emulating you. And you remember when your grandmother would tell you, let them use their imaginations. Be a little mysterious. But you know, when they look at these girls, they don't have any secrets. Nobody gets to use imagination or their mind. And I want to say, Megan Thee Stallion, I love you, I do. But I'm so upset because God gave you a legitimate gift. You are amazing with your lyrical rhymes and how smart you are. And I know people, a lot of these celebrities, they say they don't want to be a role model. But here's the thing, it comes with the territory, being a role model. You can't escape it because, Megan, when you said you graduated from college, do you know how many young girls you inspired to go to school also? You didn't ask for that.
But then she went ahead and claimed that Megan was part of the people making young girls dress indecently, which could lead to something bad happening to them, if you know what I mean.
And this is what I said, we have to think about our future. And all y'all who are sitting out out there, these young girls that are emulating you, they don't have security around them. So they're emulating you, and they go to these parties and something tragic could happen. These are our future, these young women and these young men.
Of course, Sherri had many supporters, people who felt she was right on the mark by calling out the nudity the industry seems to always want to force down our throats.
Now I know I'm gonna piss off some people as I join the ranks with Sherri Shepherd. Please go back and watch that video and see why so many women are coming for Sherri Shepherd for speaking the truth. And everybody's in their fields. If you have been following me for a minute, you know that I stand on bringing back shame. That I have been crying out that we need to bring back class, decorum, pride, okay? And shame, shame, shame. Pasties. Megan Thee Stallion wore pasties to the Oscars. Now, while I don't give a good goddamn about the Oscars, because the Oscars has not given a good goddamn about many black people's accomplishments when it comes to film and cinema and television. However, it is the upper echelon of class, and she wore pasties. And you know I have shared my story about a student that came to school.
Others just felt Megan's outfit was not a great choice for the specific event she was wearing it to. According to these people, the Oscars is a place for elegant fashion, not risque, barely there outfits.
I just feel like the Vanity Fair events, Oscars and all that stuff, I just feel like it gives, you know, like, but not too much. Like, gives very sultry, very high fashion. Like, take it there, but not all the way there. Titty out, the ass crack out. It's just, girl, save that for like something else.
I agree with Sherri. I'm sick and tired. There's a time and place for everything. So they think she wrong for telling these women to have respect for themselves? We living in weird times, man. As disgusting as the hate that she's getting is, it's not surprising. God forbid someone encourage women to be classy instead of trashy, then complain about being objectified. I swear we're living in the upside down. Many of the people supporting Sherri were like that last comment, talking about how women wear indecent clothing and then complain when men objectify them and do certain terrible things to them. But it's not surprising that Sherri's supporters would say that, because Sherri herself said the same thing. According to her, Megan influences young girls to dress anyhow, which could lead to the girls going to parties and having bad things happen to them. A lot of people came for Sherri over this comment, accusing her of being a grape apologist by suggesting that when bad things happen to young girls, it's because of what they wear. And you know what? They're not wrong. After all the work that women have done to get to a point where laws are being made to say, if a woman gets SA ed, it's never because of anything she did. It's only the fault of the attacker. To now have a woman like Sherri talk about how clothes lead to bad things happening to young girls, it's really weird. A lot of people also felt like Sherri was just looking for a viral moment.
Sherri Shepherd talking about Megan Thee Stallion and her outfit for the Vanity Fair Oscars after party is a sad attempt at trying to go viral because nobody knew you still had a talk show. Girl, I thought that talk show was over with. I did not know she still had a talk show. So I'm not even going to go in on her the way that, I mean, we could and should, because I feel like this was clearly something that the producer said, hey, we need a moment. Jennifer Hudson is taking all the shine, girl. People don't even know you're still here. For her to get on her show and police women's bodies and what they choose to wear at an industry event, this is not a PTA meeting. This is the industry, the entertainment industry, baby. Wear what you want. Bianca Cesori was on the Grammys red carpet with her P-lips out, okay? Full crease. You can see everything. Megan Thee Stallion wearing that dress with the pasties, Very avant-garde, very sexy, very everything. It was very extra, but that's what it was supposed to be. I just think it's interesting that Black women's bodies are always being policed.
Some felt she was a hypocrite because she had all this smoke for young Black women because of what they wore, but none of that smoke for young Black men who actively promote gang violence, of women and children, and all sorts of crimes in their songs. She also doesn't have any of that smoke for Black celebrities who have been caught putting their hands on their partners, going to jail for unaliving people, and promoting and alcohol. Like, where was the auntie hat when Tory Lanez got sent to prison for Megan's foot and shaming her for months? Even Kanye, who has 2 young daughters, mind you, recently paraded his wife Bianca fully unclothed, and Sherri didn't have any smoke for him.
Women do not have an inherited responsibility to children. A few weeks ago, Kanye West paraded his wife fully on the Grammys red carpet. And I'm using the word paraded specifically because it was obvious by her body language and the way she was looking at him for direction and approval that her husband is the person that instructed her to do this. Kanye West, who is an actual father of 4 kids, 2 of which are little girls. And I don't recall Sherri Shepherd sharing any criticism of Kanye, his wife, and them being poor role models to little girls, let alone his little girls that he has a direct responsibility to. Women do not have an inherited responsibility to children, especially childless women. We do not have to keep kids in mind in adult spaces, and we do not have to keep children in mind with every decision that we make. That is what parents are supposed to do. But the reason that you and so many people like you believe that, Sherri, is due to the patriarchal belief that a woman's purpose is to have kids, raise kids, and nurture kids. And it's not. Raise your own children. Teach them the difference between what is appropriate for children and what is appropriate for adults. Set rules, set boundaries, raise your kids, and take full responsibility for them because as the parents, y'all are the only ones responsible.
Kanye is literally out here selling t-shirts with swastikas on them and recently announced his next album cover will just be a red swastika. So when you really think about it, focusing on Megan's little pasties seems like a waste of energy. Some people even bashed Sherri for being jealous, saying she has all these things to say because she knows she can't pull off Megan's look. It was really messy, y'all. We had people saying things like, when they ish ain't popping, they use Megan for marketing, and it's giving jealousy because Sherri Shepherd was just in a swimsuit on national TV. That was so lame and will change nothing. No one should be telling a grown woman what she should wear. Talk to Kanye first before coming for a woman yet again. This person actually wrote a whole paragraph. First of all, you shouldn't be looking for entertainers to be role models. That's number 1. And for Sherri to talk about anybody with her thirsty behind is the joke. Because what I know is if she had the shape and could wear the things that these young ladies are wearing at her age, she would. What I do not like is when we get older and forget that we were in our 20s at one time. We just didn't have a social media presence at that time. And out of all the people she could have talked about, she should have just left Megan alone because she has enough haters without Sherri's bad-built help. You'll find any reason to mention Megan. It's not cute. Phew. But you guys answer these questions real quick. Do you think Sherri was off the mark with her comments? Do you think she was shaming and being a grape apologist? Do you think she's right and doesn't deserve the hate she's getting? Or do you think 2 truths can coexist? Let us know in the comments down below and don't miss out on this next video.